What's up, everybody? You're with Tizzy Teach, and I'm on the J All Day podcast.
All right. What's cracking? What's popping? It's your host from the West Coast, Jenna, aka J All Day. Got a guest with me?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's Brandon Tizzy Teach Lomax.
We're gonna get to him. You know how this goes down. I gotta do a new snack alert. All right. So I gotta just ask you before I tell the snack alert. What do you think about funfetti?
Funfetti.
Yeah. Have you ever had funfetti cake?
I don't think I've ever tried funfetti cake.
No.
I do like birthday cake ice cream or birthday cake flavored snacks and stuff. So if it's like that, then
I guess it's
I
pretty
dig
much
it.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Like really, you've never had a boxed funfetti cake with the frosting?
No, I haven't.
Bro.
That sounds fire though.
That's your goal. Like that's actually homework that I'm gonna give to you because I
Yeah.
need you to experience this.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like childhood and it's so simple, but it's so good. And it's just like the best box cake you'd ever have.
Where do you even get something like that?
Anywhere. You
Really?
go to
Oh,
Safeway,
man. Oh, I'm out
go to
of
Betty Crocker. She's got it for $1 probably.
Yeah.
And you get it's funfetti, Pillsbury, funfetti, Betty Crocker. She has the same shit, and then the frosting that comes with it. They have these little like, I don't know, they're like soft sprinkles.
Ooh.
They're so fucking good. So now you got homework.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I'm about to try that.
Okay, so funfetti. The new snack alert is funfetti cereal. And now I'm upset because I wish he knew how big of a deal this was.
Oh,
I was like, he
man.
gotta know. He gotta know. You smoke, right?
Oh, all the time. Bro.
See, like, you gotta know. That's
Yeah.
even, it's like, it should be in a stoner handbook is funfetti, bruh.
Yeah, I do have a candy addiction, so that'll just be, yeah.
Oh, we'll get to
I'm
that.
gonna get into it.
We'll
yeah.
get to that. So funfetti cereal is actually out now. It found it at Walmart. I haven't tried it yet. I plan to, so I'll let you guys know what it tastes like. I looked it up yesterday and it was sold out. So I don't know.
It must be good.
Must be good.
Yeah.
So if you try it, make sure you tag me on Instagram at JLDay87. You know how it goes. And that's the new snack alert. Speaking of weed, this episode is powered by Top Cuts for all your cannabis needs. I've actually been smoking a lot during this quarantine.
Yeah.
Which is not really like out of the normal, but they have runs. Have you smoked runs yet?
I think I have actually. I think I have. A friend of mine
It's
gave
like
me
a
some.
purple.
Like, yeah. A friend of mine probably gave me some. I try so many different strands of weed all the time.
Fire.
Yeah.
And then they also have Khalifa Kush.
Ooh.
And that was fire.
Was it? Oh
Yes.
man.
So if you go to the joint or something like that, they actually sell Top Cuts. So just check them out. They're good peoples, and I fuck with them. So I've been smoking a lot of weed. It's been helping me with my mood. I know a lot of people have been going through a lot of hard times right now with the whole coronavirus, and whether you've been affected by it because your business is out of business, or you know somebody that's gotten it, or it's just fucking up your life somehow, some way. I do know that one thing that we all have in common is it's probably onsetting a lot of depression.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about how you're doing during the whole quarantine, but like I know that like something about cannabis, and a lot of people get a negative point of view of it, but it really does help with mood. Like there's been days where it's like I've had a fucked up day,
Yeah.
and I don't really know how I'm gonna get out of this funk that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And just a couple hits,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't make you forget. It doesn't make you like drunk to the point
or
where
lazy. I feel like that's by
right.
person per person.
But depression wise, like it doesn't make you like black out so the next day, because you know when you drink, when people are upset and they drink, they forget about it during that time, but then you wake up the next morning, you're like, fuck, I still got problems.
Yeah.
Weed doesn't do that. Weed just makes you look at it differently, almost in a way that it's like, is it that bad?
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And people don't get that.
Yeah.
And so when you have this really bad, like, just mindset towards weed, it doesn't make sense to me because it can help with so many things. And, you know, I'm not encouraging people to smoke by any means. Like, that's your life. You do what you want. But if you have a problem with mood and you are depressed and you don't want to take antidepressants, like, that is the next best thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, just look into it. How are you dealing with all this corona stuff?
I'm good. I mean, I'm just staying busy, just keeping consistent with everything I've got going on. I feel like the way I feel about all this Corona stuff is like there's a lot of craziness going on around me,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not necessarily, so to speak, of my life or my individual experience through it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I think we're all just affected differently by it.
Right.
You know, I've talked about it before. Like, I haven't really changed much of my routine
Mm-hmm.
as it was before this happened. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I just actually recently got a treadmill for the free.
Yeah.
You saw it in my living room. It's like super fucking packed. It's gigantic. It's a normal size treadmill. But like that was the thing that I was missing the most was just going to the gym. But even if the
Yeah.
gym opens, like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm terrified to go there. Like
Yeah.
once it opens,
Scared
it's like
to
a
go back.
cesspool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it was already fucking disgusting.
Right.
I can only imagine what it's like now. You know what I mean? So, that's been like something for me that like I just recently got it and it's making like a world of difference for me. Just because I can get my miles in. You know what I mean? Never know if it's raining. It's not.
Right.
So.
Exercise is important, and I feel like even for people's mental health, especially in a time like this, like
Hell yeah.
it's super important. Just staying inside and being in the same four walls for so long, I can see where people are starting to like lose their marbles.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to stay busy, and it's like we all complain before that we didn't have time to do this or that, and then now we do, and we still don't want to do that stuff. Like, well, then you know you got to get your priorities straight. Something that's really helped for me is just making a schedule, like in a day, and like really just sticking to it. Like, I'll wake up whenever I want, but usually it's around like 7 or 8 or 9, and then I kind of just take the dog for a walk. Like I have set schedules, and then by the time I look at the clock, it's like 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, holy shit, today went by fast.
I think that's a good way to be. So you're not just so like stuck in your own thoughts and like dwelling in that. Because man, I currently have some friends that are going through a lot in their mental health, and it's like they just need to get out. They need to zone out and just kind of like block out that chaos, but finding a way to do so it's like hard for a lot of people.
Definitely,
who don't like go out and exercise and stuff.
Well, and you know, it doesn't help when the media is throwing all these different stories around and, you know, freaking people out.
Yeah.
I know so many old people, they're losing their minds. Like, they're so scared. And yeah, I would be too. I don't watch the news. I'm not going to lie. I don't have cable. I don't watch the news. I do my own research. I listen to people that I trust and that I think do their research well. And that's it. Like, there's too many different stories. That's the scariest part about this disease right now, or not disease, but this virus, is there's not one thing that I've heard that's the same thing from another person.
Right, yeah.
Like, I hear people,
yeah,
and they're like, wear gloves. Another person's like, don't wear gloves. Another person's like, it's in the air. And then it's like, it's not in the air.
Right.
So how the fuck do we know what to do?
Yep, yeah, that's a crazy, I just don't pay attention to it. I mean, of course, like you said, like I hear things through like people and like the grapevine and everything, but like, yeah, I don't know what to believe. I don't know.
That's
I just
the
don't know
biggest
what to
thing.
believe. And it's like how much of it, without FBI agents breaking in and tracking us right now, like how much of what the media puts out is that real? You know what I mean? And fabricated to like catered to a specific type agenda. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I don't even know what I'm seeing right now, even if it's a credible source, on what to believe anymore.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. So what's going on with you? The last time that I saw you, I hosted a hip hop, show, and he was on it. And this motherfucker got on stage and was like, I'm currently internally bleeding, and still performed. And I looked at him like, bruh, like you should be at the hospital right now. Like, so what happened?
I was, so I'm a skateboarder. I've got a skateboarding career as well. And we're out filming, giving tricks for this video. And we stopped by like this pretty long rail, and I've done it before. It was just I wanted to get it again for my video part this time with like a camera crew.
Happens.
Exactly. And sure enough, I get up there and I hit the rail, and the way it hit me on my side, I guess I had I forget what it was called, but it bursted, and then like started to like, I guess, bleed inside of my stomach and then like my groin area. It felt like I had blue balls for like two weeks, 3 weeks. And it was by far the most pain I've ever experienced in my life. Like I've broken my ankle too, and like I would definitely break my ankle again before doing that again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What other injuries have you had?
Probably just like my broken ankle, and some minor shit here and there.
Oh, you're lucky.
I know, knock on wood.
I know, shit.
Because
Everywhere.
it comes with the territory.
Oh
you know what I
man,
mean?
you can't expect, if you're a skateboarder, like, you have to expect to get your ass whooped
Yeah,
at least 17 times by that skateboard.
for real.
How
And
many skateboards you broken?
Oh, I lost count. It's so many.
Y'all have bad tempers, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, me personally, I don't have a temper really. It's just more so like the board ages and like scraping it up a lot. It just weakens it to the point of where it cracks, or if,
Yeah.
like, you can feel like that crisp pop go away from it.
Yeah.
Like whether just like being around in like moisture, like in areas like Washington,
Yeah.
a lot of moisture. So board lives are like maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks of hard skating.
Damn,
Yeah,
really?
so they go.
That's expensive. That is an expensive
Yeah,
hobby. I didn't
it
know
is.
that it was like that long or
Yeah.
that short amount of time.
Right, yeah.
Damn. So did you end up going to the hospital to get anything like taken care of after that? What did you do after the show that night?
After the show that night, I pretty much just laid low for like a month. Because like the doctors told me when I was in the hospital, there was nothing they can do unless I lost a certain amount of blood, then I would need a blood transfusion.
Oh my god.
But pretty much they told me that like with internal bleeding injuries like mine, like I was told I have to just sit and pray.
Oh.
Because like it was very possible I could have lost my life.
Jesus.
And so, and they definitely told me not to perform. So for that night, I spent the performance sitting down and kind of like just doing
Straight
my
up.
set. And
He sat down just like this and
It-
was like you look like you was in pain.
It-
Like
yeah,
he was just
it was-
like, but he
yeah,
still put on a fucking show. I think you got up too. I'm
I
pretty sure you got up and like,
I think more. I think at the end perhaps.
yeah, I think you
But,
did.
like,
Cause I was like, this motherfucker.
I was
crazy.
I had to play it cool. I had my dad. Yeah, I had pops in the front row seat. I had my stepmom out there too. And like when I stood up, I just saw her face, and she was like, "Ooh,"
Boy,
like
you better sit down.
Yeah, she was
Uh-huh.
like, "You better," because we had like talked about it before the show, and
I know.
I even had some friends that were like, that are acquaintances that came in and weren't taking it so serious, and so I was like sitting with my stepmom and my dad, and like the way they were kind of like rowdy and stuff, like
Yeah.
I was even told that if I got like knocked into
Oh,
the side,
yeah.
and like I could bleed, and that could.
I
be,
mean, he
like,
just
it.
told you to go the fuck home.
Yeah.
So, and you did it.
And these guys were being rowdy around me, you know, like they're drinking and having a good time themselves, and so like she even had to snap on them, and she's like,
Yeah.
"No, you need to sit with me for this," like so. it
Good
was-
job, stepmom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think I even texted my boyfriend like, hey, like this kid is out of his goddamn mind. But it was funny to me because I just know so many skaters like that, where it's like, yeah, it hurts and yeah, it's injury, but like,
Right.
like
'cause
it's gonna happen.
Exactly, it
So-
happens. Yeah, like the best way it gets put to me is like, because you're gonna fall anyway skateboarding. So if you just kind of like embrace it and kind of just roll out of it, and you gotta learn how to fall, as silly as that
Yo.
sounds. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Like your momentum's going forward, so as long as you keep that momentum forward while you're falling and don't try to brace it, it's like a car accident.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well,
people
anytime you
tense up.
tense up, that's why drunk drivers always survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100. Yep.
But it's easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
in the
fucking fall
moment.
down, like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember, like, I was probably 12, 13, got on a fucking skateboard, right? First time getting on a skateboard, really, like, I don't really like any type of sports where my feet are connected to things. I'm just not good
Right.
at it. I'm not good at surfing. I'm not good at skateboarding. Maybe, like, water skiing I've been good at. Like, I've
Mhm.
gotten up, but, like, I'm good with moving my feet, you know what I mean, with
Yeah,
sports and shit. And so I got on the skateboard and I'm like skating. I'm like, this is not that bad. I'm not even going all that fast, but I'm like kicking up a little speed, you know what I'm saying? The only fucking rock in the whole atmosphere.
Man.
It was like a little bigger than a pebble. Stopped me and I flew off the skateboard, landed on my side. I was wearing shorts.
Oh,
My whole
man.
ass bruised and just rug burned. And I was like, nope, done. Never fucking
Hanging
again.
it up, it's over.
Like, how can you be that shitty?
It's
So
no,
quick, you know
don't,
what I mean?
Don't say that, because like the crazy thing about like skateboarding and music as well, but being on topic, but like the crazy thing about skateboarding is that like it doesn't owe anybody anything. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the top pros, that same story, like
Yeah.
that happens to me. I'll be cruising and I hit a
Oh my
rock and
God.
like
It's like
it happens
one
to-
pebble,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, send you launching you.
So what are you doing now with the music? Anything? Are you, you were rapping then. You still
Yeah.
rapping now?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. For like it was like 25 weeks straight, and I just stopped doing it maybe a month ago. I was releasing a new track every single week.
Dope.
So I was doing that just to add to my catalog. I have a single that we're pushing right now called "Bad Move." That it's been spreading a lot. It's been crazy to see the amount of like love that is growing and the support that's growing from this. Like, cause I can see my analytics through like Spotify or like
Yeah.
SoundCloud or whatever,
Yeah.
and just seeing like things take that next level up, it just makes me want to keep doing it more. And
Yeah.
It's almost like a game.
It
to
feels
me.
good,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. it's
Especially
okay.
for someone that's like competitive.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So it's like just taking down these goals and keep doing that and still creating music,
Yeah.
filming videos off and to the side. We're working on that as well. And at the same time, still working too. So it's like I don't catch a break.
Yeah.
Because it's if I'm not doing something, I'm doing something.
Where are you working?
I work at a smoke shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
And so you guys have stayed open.
Yep.
Pretty much the
We're
whole
essential. We
right.
sell eggs.
Hey, whatever works.
That was our.
Here's
that
a
was
blunt
our
wrap
ploy.
and here's an egg.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's funny. Speaking of smoke shops, what's your favorite wrap? Like, what do you smoke blunts? Do you smoke joints?
Oh
What's your favorite wrap?
man, I've never been asked that.
Really?
I like
Or pipes or bongs? I mean, it could be anything, I guess.
I'm over pipes. That's for sure. Like
Yeah.
man, but
you use pipes for emergency. When you an
right.
OG smoker, like that's what you do.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't have time to roll, or like you don't have
Right.
enough weed to roll,
Yeah.
or if you don't really feel like rolling.
Yeah. I like bongs. Bongs are dope.
Yeah.
I like
You're a skateboarder. That makes sense.
Yeah. Blunt wraps are cool. Swishers. I've actually just recently been getting Dutches.
Oh, yeah.
Dutches are pretty tight. They
Yeah.
burn a little slower. I feel like so. Put a
Like
little more in there.
backwoods too. You
Yeah.
ever smoke backwoods?
Backwoods, yeah. That's actually I think what I meant. Yeah.
It's okay. Dutches also
But
burn
Dutches
slow.
too. Yeah,
So
yeah. I had a Dutch not too long ago. I messed it up because that's the one where it's like a full on leaf, right?
No. Well.
Which one?
Backwoods are full on
Oh,
leaves.
okay. See, I got it all twisted. See, I don't even know what I'm saying. I just smoke a lot. I don't even know what I'm.
It's okay. It's okay. I was gonna ask you, do you know how to roll?
I mean, I'm not like the greatest at it.
But you
I
can.
mean, yeah, I can roll.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I was like, it's amazing to see how many real stoners, like people that smoke weed on a daily, don't know how to roll their own weed, or like their own joint or blunt.
Yeah, I've been surprised myself.
I can't believe it.
I think it's because like when stoners get together and they hang out, there's kind of always like
A roller.
Exactly, and so like all that lack of experience that you're not getting.
But
like,
so what happens when you be smoking by yourself? Because honestly, I probably smoke by myself more than anything.
yeah,
I just as I've gotten older or whatever, like I smoke by myself probably 90. I mean, especially because of quarantine, but 90% of the time, like.
yeah.
So if you, because I've had people be like, "Hey, can you roll me some joints off of the weed that I bought?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're like 32 years old, bro. Like, how do you not know how to roll your own fucking joints?"
It's time to change your own diapers.
Or
Yeah.
like learn. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But like I don't know. It's shocking. Like I got skills.
Yeah.
And it's because I was always like the passenger, you know what I'm saying? Like the weeder, like the roller. I guess I was the roller in the crew.
Yep, I'll even say that for like, even pertaining to myself, like we got like a designated roller just because he rolls so perfect. It's like, why would we not?
Right,
you
why
know
would
what I
we
mean?
try to do it when
And
he
it's
can do
like-
it hella quick?
Exactly. So I can, I can roll,
Yeah.
but it like takes me a little bit longer when
Yeah.
you've got all these guys out here that are just like
Ready to
and
smoke.
it's
You're like,
done.
give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
know how
that's-
that is.
That's kind of what that is. So when I'm by myself, I'll like roll myself up something and like, or hit the bong, whichever at the
Yeah.
time, whatever I'm feeling. It's more so a mood thing for me.
Yeah.
But
What do you mean by mood thing?
like if I feel like, I guess perhaps like that little bit of nicotine you get with like the blunt wrap or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even sometimes like I've actually just been getting into just putting a little bit of tobacco. Not that I'm
Okay.
like I don't smoke like cigarettes
Right.
or nothing, but
What do you call
like,
those again?
spliffs.
Spliffs. Yeah.
But like I'll do that with my blunt, and just recently actually, just because like I've been smoking what's called a puff bar. I got that from the smoke shop too.
What
they,
is that?
They put me on.
What's
So
a puff bar?
a puff bar. I think I got one in my pocket right now just to look at it.
This is exciting.
This is a grape flavored puff bar because
Okay.
I am a black man, and this is
Oh, it's a pen.
This right here, yeah, it's like a temporary use one.
Okay.
And so like after it's done, after it's like puffed
Oh,
out, you just toss it.
So how much are those?
It's like $11.99.
And how much is in it?
I would say like 200 puffs. Then you got like a puff plus, which is like 800 puff. And what it's actually done for me, it's actually helped me out with like my candy addiction that I have.
Really?
So, for instance, this grape tastes exactly like a grape haichu, and so it's like
I love grape haichus.
I know that's like haichus are my shit. So it's like when I tried that, it tastes like a haichu, and I'm like, I don't want a haichu no more. So I'm kind of switching my sugar addiction for cancer, but you know, it's a trade-off.
Okay. So wait, is it just weed?
Oh, it's actually not even weed at all.
Oh, so
yeah.
it's a. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention that part.
Okay.
Bro.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me back
like,
up
what's
real quick.
A puff bar?
Yeah.
So that's
man.
pretty much like it's like a vape pen, like a nicotine vape pen, right?
Yeah, kind of like a small vape. Not that I.
It's like a flavored. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, yo, but that's a fucking great idea.
Yeah. Hey, if any of y'all take that idea,
right, we're suing your ass.
Yep, we're coming
on
for
this
you.
shit.
Yeah.
Alright, it's called the.
Puff something.
Weed puff.
Yeah, weed puff. Yeah.
Okay. we're getting on that shit. No, that's smart though.
Yeah.
We definitely need to actually talk about that. Seriously.
That'd be fire.
Because I already have ideas. That's crazy.
Word.
So music career. After all this quarantine stuff is over, do you have any shows lined up? Are you gonna be?
At the moment, I don't have like any set in stone shows. Just because like dates keep getting.
I know it's a really weird time right now. Everyone says that.
It's like whenever something gets talked about, it's just like, oh, we have to wait now. We got to wait longer. So I'm kind of the way I'm going about the whole coronavirus thing, and like with my particular situation with business is like we're doing a lot of marketing, and so for however long it takes for them to give us the green light to be able to tour or to travel or to do shows, we're using that time to invest and like market the music to reach more and more people.
Good idea.
And then so by the time they give us the green light, we're already a leg up and we can just go.
Yeah.
And not necessarily just go. We got to plan it, of course,
right.
but like
you're prepared.
Exactly. Yeah. When preparation meets opportunity, we're ready to go. You know?
If you stay ready, man, got to get ready.
Exactly. Man, 100. 100.
That's dope though. As everyone should be doing. I mean, I know it's like so many sides of the spectrum. People are like, take the time that you need to heal, and really, it really is individual. It's up to the individual about what they want to do for this time. But if you have some type of product or you are an artist, like take this time while people are stuck on their phones,
right,
and fucking use it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we're oversaturated at this point with everything. I mean, I'm tired of seeing everyone's lives. It's like everyone's going live. Go ahead though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you have something like this, is the time to push it, and this is the time to reach out to people because ain't nobody else. They ain't got shit to do.
They're on the internet anyway. You know what
I'm saying? You might
as
well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Might as well capitalize on that.
Hell yeah.
And it's funny you say it like that too, because like I've seen a lot of people like dropping the ball with that aspect, you know, and it's like, man, this is perfect. Like everyone's like, they're either on their TV or they're like on Facebook or they're on something where they can see something. So it's just about like, you know,
it's about being seen, about getting your product being seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like this whole thing for me has taught me, you know, I've been going for so long in my life, like so many years without any type of break, any type of really vacation in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And it's always been the hustle and the bustle and trying to fucking give content and get content to give content, and it's exhausting, you know what I'm saying? So this time for me, you know, I'm still doing stuff. I got stuff in the back of my mind. I stopped podcasting for a minute, but that wasn't like I'm done being creative and I'm done with the podcast. It was just like, yo, I'm gonna do a break. And I'm gonna get myself right. So like I've looked at this like this is my time to fucking exercise my ass off. I ain't got shit to do. So let me get, you know, 11 miles in a day or whatever. This is my time to meal prep my food, and I sleep. I sleep so much more than I've ever slept before. And it feels good.
Rest is a vital part of the process. And that's what I've been finding out too, because like you said, like being on go mode so much, I'm the same way. And so it's like, and I even have like friends that even just today recently hit me up and they're like, yo man, you're not making time, blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, like I even had a break to just chill and do like have me time, like, and everyone just wants a piece of you, a part of you all the time.
Oh
And
man, you speak my language right now.
it's like a big, just man, yeah.
Well,
Just
it's exhausting.
Yeah,
It's exhausting
yeah.
because everybody is pulling at you, but you ain't pulling at nobody else. You know what I mean? Like you know, we just don't give ourselves enough time sometimes for ourselves.
Right.
And it's kind of like you start to almost resent things, and then you don't want to do that shit.
Absolutely.
And
That's
then
funny
you're,
you say that.
you know, you look at them like, what the fuck are you doing for me?
Right.
It's hard not to be that way sometimes, to be honest. You know what I mean? People always wanting something from you, and really maybe you're never asking anything from people, and you still, it's like you still don't get, you know, what you're, the support with it, but people still want you to push and push and push, but when you push, ain't nobody supporting shit.
Right.
So it's very hard.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, I get it. I get it 110%. So, you know, that's what I'm doing this quarantine. And that's the biggest lesson I've learned is just like, right now is the time to fucking do what I need to do for like health, Jenna. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm getting shit done. Like, it feels good to be hella active. And like, I've almost prayed for like to have a life one day where it's like I can just wake up and do whatever the fuck I want. And like one of those things was like, you know, when people ask you like, well, what do you want to do in life? You're like, I just want to wake up and just do whatever I want. Like, you don't want a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So like now I have my chance, right? And I wake up and I take the dog for a walk, and then I come back and then I do some type of weight exercises, whether it be legs, upper body. Then I take my ass to the treadmill, then I do that for a couple hours. And then by the time like my gas tank is empty and I feel like I'm fucking a beast.
Yeah.
And that's what I think you need to do. You know, my very good friend Gio, he always says like, you know, we all have gas tanks, and in order for people like that anxiety to go away, a lot of the time like you have to empty your gas tank at the end of each day.
That's a really, really, really good way to put it.
And
really good way to put it.
In order to feel like you've been productive, that you're, you know, you're worth something in a sense.
Yeah.
Like you gotta feel like, damn, like I did a lot today.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter what it is, but as long as you did something to make you feel like you just can't do no more. You know what I mean? I don't know. For someone like myself, I'm like that. I think you're probably like that too, because you're active and you're creative, and you know, it's just different.
I agree with you, because like if I sit too long and I'm like not doing something, I start to feel guilty.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me too.
I start to feel like I could be doing something. Like, why am I just sitting here? I feel like I didn't deserve like the resting or the over resting that I'm doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so then I start beating myself up mentally, and like I even have some friends that are like stuck in this COVID stuff does not help.
Nope.
People getting like housed and they're not really active, so they're just like the whole 4 walls, and like I see them posting all the time about depression and stuff like that. So like we've talked here and there and trying to help, but ultimately you got to get up and do something to empty that tank.
You have to.
And it's like it's weird that you have to like do something to feel okay, but like that's kind of how it is. You gotta again empty that tank.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, you know, it's like dogs, right? Like a dog is going to bother you when they're hungry or when they want to go outside, right? Like let's just take an average dog.
Right.
And if you don't exercise that dog, then that dog's going to be hyper and in your face and probably a bad dog, right? Because it doesn't have any way to get out that built up energy.
Yes.
And so it's not going to work like you want it to work for you. That dog is not going to behave like you want it to behave because it hasn't gotten its exercise or its food.
And I relate because I got a dog that does that.
And that's exactly, but we're all dogs.
Right.
Unless you give us our exercise, then we will have all of this built up energy, and usually that creates fights. You know, when you're exhausted, you don't have time for shit.
Right, yeah.
You just want to just chill.
Short-tempered.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
And I'm just like what you were saying. You know, I sit there and I think like if I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. And then like I'm eating bad food, and I'm like, in my head, I'm getting in my head like, oh my God, I'm going to just gain so much weight off of this. And these are just thoughts, you know what I mean? And all you got to do is just get up and do something to get those thoughts out of your head.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's hard for a lot of people because they don't got a treadmill. I mean, I just got this shit. But there's a lot of ways to get out that energy, and you don't have to be hella active. You don't need to be jumping around. You don't need to be skateboarding. Like Tabata on YouTube. I'm not a person that likes dancing for exercise. That's not really my thing. I like dancing for fun. But they do like 30-minute, 45-minute workouts on YouTube for free with no weights. I'm fucking busting sweat.
Really? It's like
Fuck
that? Yeah.
And there's modifications. And,
Yeah.
you know, like if you don't want to jump and you can't do jumping jacks, you don't have to jump then. It's easy on your joints. It's all low impact workouts. But you have to just do something like yoga. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many opportunities. We've had beautiful days in Seattle recently. I've been trying to get out before it starts raining because, you know, it'll be like 2 seconds.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, I just think that that's a really important thing is for people to get outside for fresh air during this whole Corona thing. Even if you just stand outside and fucking do nothing. Go smoke outside.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But, like, go outside and breathe air.
Yeah. Facts.
It's just, I don't know. I just don't know when this whole thing is going to be over, and I don't think it's going to be over anytime soon. And I think that at the end of the day, you know, we're all going to get sick at some point. Like, how do I know when I get a cold that
It's
it's
a scary
not
way
the
to put it.
corona?
It's a scary way to put it.
I know, I'm sorry.
You know?
I'm a realist.
You know, I tell
don't
you
mean
what,
it like that,
but you're right though. Like, I definitely feel like I see more people out and about, kind of like they're deciding as like a group that like we're done quarantining. We want to be out. There's people at like the beach or whatever, the water, and like sitting out there grilling like everything, like shit's sweet out here, and it's like, nah, man. But you're right though, because like I heard about like coronavirus being at X place or whatever, like sure it was in Washington first or whatever, but like it was never so close to home. But now recently I had someone even come into the smoke shop and they were like, yo man, blah blah blah, I guess they're shutting down some warehouse because I guess some people, like 19 people tested positive.
it was like
Fred Meyer distribution or something like
it
that.
was something, I know what you're talking about, because I think it wasn't like a worldwide company. It was like it wasn't like Amazon, but it was something. Oh, it was the chicken. I think it was the chicken place.
Oh, was it?
Maybe I'm talking about something different than you, but
yeah, either way,
there's like a chicken farm pretty
Yeah.
much right now that someone caught COVID, and then they ended up putting all these productions of chicken out, and so. But that's all I'm saying is that I don't think that it's killing so many people as they're saying it is. I think that, you know, you got to stay healthy and stuff, and yes, it is killing some people, but I just feel like, how are we supposed to get rid of this?
Right.
And when we get sick, when we get a cold or the flu, how are we going to know that it's not COVID, or if it is COVID?
Yeah.
And, you know, people get sick. So this is not cancer.
Right.
You know, this is not AIDS.
Yeah.
Like, people are really dying of diseases, and they can't get help because of this.
Right.
So, you know, there's just a lot of negatives and, you know, positives to staying in, but I just don't think people should be stupid. Like, clubs opening up and things like that, or like, that's dumb.
Opening,
you know what I mean?
Restaurants opening back up.
Gyms, like, that just seems dumb. Like, how are you going to open up stuff when, like,
I feel
that's
like,
the whole point.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna bring another wave of it.
It will.
Because, you know, like, those people are gonna be out who don't think they're sick.
Facts.
And have, like, you know, like, don't show the symptoms and they're out and about, but then you're gonna give it to someone who does, maybe a little bit older, a little less healthy. So I feel like we'll have like another big wave of it once things start to open. But they said something like, I guess it doesn't survive well in heat. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that over the summer that could be like, you know what I mean, like the heat or the sun can like. But then they also said something, and this is again, I don't know what to believe anymore. Like, I guess they said next year is gonna be like 10 times worse or something like that. So how can they even decide that now, for starters? And I just don't know what to believe.
Me either. And then it's hard not to believe that they want you to get vaccinated by something for other reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We just go back to the same thing. Like, I'm just very confused, and all I can say is I'm very, very thankful I don't have any children right now.
Man.
Because I wouldn't want to make that decision for them to get that shot or not. And, you know, my heart goes out to everybody that's either pregnant right now, having the baby soon, or just had a newborn or has kids, because that's tough, man. Like, you guys are in a whole different boat. You don't have any kids, do you?
No.
Yeah, it's a whole different boat when you do. It's like, you know, you can take that vaccination, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a crazy world. So your new single is, say it one more time.
Bad Move.
Bad Move.
Yeah.
And where can everybody follow you and say what's up? Or
on Instagram, you can follow me at TizzyTeachDF. You can follow me on Spotify. I'm pretty much wherever you would listen to music these days. And I've got a lot of content out when it comes to like the skate videos and stuff like that too, because of that, because of my skate career. So simply, if you just search on Google Tizzy Teach, there's gonna be a plethora. There's gonna be hella stuff that come up from like interviews, articles, videos, music. So
Don't. You got a lot of supporters out there. Just so you know, like.
You think so?
No, I know so because like you got tagged on my Instagram post, and I was looking for people a few times, and every time like something comes up about me interviewing someone, like somebody always will say you.
Word.
So like that's just
shout out to y'all.
Yeah, just so you know, you got people that look after you. I'm gonna end it with some questions, which I totally forgot to do on the podcast. Oh no. No, my battery.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
God damn it. Technical issues.
That's okay.
Okay. Oh man, my YouTube just cut off because my phone low on battery. Not responsible. Quarantine did it.
Yeah,
Corona,
yeah.
blame Corona.
But we keep it pushing, baby.
Facts. Okay, so the first answer that comes to mind.
Okay.
First thing you do when you wake up.
Play with my dog.
Okay, what's the dog's name?
Kava Zeus.
And what's
And
the breed?
He's a blue nose pit. And he like wakes me up in the mornings too. He's like a child, yo.
They're all like children.
Oh my-
Shout out to pit bulls.
Yeah.
Is that your first one you've ever had?
My own dog, yeah. Where
Yeah.
he's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've had
absolutely.
other pits your whole in your life?
Not other pits. I had like a what was it, a lab, rotten lab
Okay.
growing up, and his name was Zeus.
Aw.
And my dog now, his name is Kava Zeus. I kind of
Aw,
carried the Zeus
yeah.
part because of childhood dog.
You'll never want another dog after a pit bull, bro.
Man, I know. I'm sold.
They're fucking.
He's like my son.
That's why Trina, like, that's
Yep.
why she's on my logo. This bitch is part of my life. Like,
Yep.
she's everything. What's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, Fruity Pebbles.
Okay. I like Fruity Pebbles too. One thing someone would be really surprised to know about you.
Ooh, the amount of depth I have, just because like I don't know. Like I post things and stuff, but I don't talk too much about in-depth stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can like the type of conversations we can have here on the
Yeah.
podcast. You don't really have on like a day-to-day basis. It's very surface level conversation
Facts.
with people, and so that's something when people like get to know me and they break down like when their first initial whatever they think I am, and then they like speak to me or listen to the music. So often, especially lately, I get a lot of people that are like, "Damn, man! Like I didn't expect you to have that much
Yeah.
depth."
You're deep.
Thanks.
Proudest moment.
That's a weird question to me, only because I don't feel like I've had it yet. I feel
Okay.
like I'm still working towards it.
I actually really love that answer.
And like even though I feel like I do have like accomplishments under my belt, I don't like to live in that
Okay.
because just for the sole fact of I don't want to feel comfortable. If I start to feel comfortable, I get stagnant. I'm like, okay, I'm cool where I'm at, blah blah blah. That's where ego starts coming in, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
And so like for me, like whenever something bad happens or something good happens to
Yeah.
me, I go through those motions. I'm a Cancer, so they
Me
say I'm an
too.
emotional person.
Wait, when's your birthday?
July 12th.
Oh, I'm June
Yeah.
26th. No
Oh,
wonder. I
man.
was like,
Yeah.
you're a fucking. I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a Cancer. Like, I can see it in you
Yeah.
and how you are.
I get called out. Yeah.
That's so funny. No, we're dope individuals, though.
We are though. Respect the water sign.
And we're super deep, and we'll be your best friend, but once you fuck us, like,
Yeah.
it's done
Then
and
it's
over with.
game over.
Nah,
That's
when
it.
trust is lost, it's lost forever.
100.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook? Do you cook?
Favorite thing to cook? I can make a mean bowl of cereal. In the morning. I can throw some Pop-Tarts in the toaster.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Michelin star over
You
here.
know, I know. Ladies out there,
Boy.
see, future hubby right here. I can make you some
You
Pop-Tarts,
are
baby.
not wife material.
I am wifey, I am wubby. That's me. Like-
No, you need to learn how to cook, boy.
No, all right. Jokes aside, I cook a little bit. I'm just not like all.
Don't you
Chef
goddamn
Boyardee
say
with it,
pasta
you know?
either. Was he gonna say pasta?
Nah.
Okay.
I cooked a steak a couple times. You know what I mean?
Hey, steak's
grew up-
really hard.
Barbecue is fun.
It's one of my hardest things to cook for me is a steak.
I love steak though.
It's
Steak,
good,
Yeah.
but it's very hard.
Yeah.
Do you have an air fryer?
I don't.
Bro, get one.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
like that.
yeah.
Oh man.
It's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever purchased in my entire life.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get one.
No
now.
lie. Steak, perfect every time.
I'm a food guy.
So am I.
I
Well,
would
a
love-
girl.
I would. Yeah. My thing is, I want to travel, and when I'm doing all that with like the
Yeah.
skating and the music, like I want to experience new cultures, try new foods.
Hey,
Like
you're speaking to
even
the
if
same
it's gross,
person.
like,
Yep,
you know
me
what I
too.
mean? Like just to try it, you know,
Same.
for that experience. So you'd be surprised. I know a few people that were like, nah, I don't like sushi, I hate it, but they just never tried it.
Oh, I know hella people like that.
And then I bring them to my sushi spot that I have,
Uh-huh.
and they're like,
This is bomb.
Like,
I've
alright.
introduced hella food to people. When I introduce people to like elote,
Oh, yup.
like people are like, ew, what's in it? And I'm like, nah, just try it.
Yup.
And then they're like, this is kind of fire. I'm like, bruh, trust me. You know
Let
what I'm
me
saying? I know
put
what the
you on,
fuck I'm
son.
doing,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
You know what I mean? What's your most hated house chore?
I would probably say cleaning the bathroom, but like,
Okay.
I'll do it anyway. You
Yeah.
know, I like to be busy. I feel like being productive and makes the day go by a little bit faster. I'm
Same.
best when busy. So
Me
like,
too.
even if like when I do have downtime at all or anything like that, and I am just around the house, if there's not music to make, I skated already,
Yeah.
just sitting down chilling, smoking weed or something.
Yep.
Get up and clean. I'll do some dishes.
Me
You know
too.
what I mean?
Yep. Sour candy or chocolate?
Sour candy.
I knew
all
you were gonna
day.
say that.
Sour candy.
Okay,
all
so run me
day.
through your candy list.
Oh man, I've pretty much tried it all, from the chocolates, the gummies are
But-
my shit
So if you walk into 7-Eleven, what you swooping up?
right now, because it changes. It's like seasons
Mine
on a
too.
TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, it's like the sour Jolly Rancher ones, just
Okay.
because of how
The soft ones or the hard candies?
I would say the soft, the
Okay.
gummies.
Oh, okay.
Man,
You fuck with those.
yeah, and I
They
didn't
really
even
do
know.
taste like Jolly Ranchers too.
And I was so
Yeah.
shocked. Like I tried it, and I was like, "Damn, son!" And this was like,
The watermelon fire.
yeah,
That's
it was
so
like
good.
a day or two ago. I tried it, and I was like, "All right, today
Yeah.
I make my switch today."
Yeah.
And like, other than that, man,
So if they ain't got those, what's your like traditional go-to? Because we all have that one candy that you know is gonna be there. So if your other candy's not there, you go for that one. What is it?
Man, I just like trying new candies. So even if like I try something and I like it, I'll like be cool off and try something else.
Okay.
And then kind of I switch it up a lot. Maybe that kind of doesn't help why I have such a candy addiction, because I try so many candies.
It's okay, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna put you on to the sour mini Starburst. Have you had those?
Yeah. Yes.
Those are fucking fire.
Fire.
I
Yeah.
haven't eaten
You're
whole
wait,
bag.
you're talking about the one that's already out of the bag,
Yes.
right? See?
The mini tiny
Man.
ones, but there's like the blue and the pink.
Uh-huh.
Bruh,
Yes.
those are so
yes.
fucking good.
Yes.
And then obviously the sour mambas.
Yes.
Fire.
Yup.
It just pisses me off when they have like 4 different flavors, but there's only 3 inside a package. So it's like, why the
Right.
fuck do you do that, Mamba?
And I always listen here, Mamba. Y'all are slipping. Anytime I grab y'all's pack, I get
How many?
lemon and
Uh-huh.
orange,
Uh-huh.
and then raspberry or something.
Right.
I need 2 good flavors and 1 bad flavor.
Raspberry, strawberry, and give
Thank-
me one of the
Thank you.
citrus.
Hook it
I've
up.
talked about this so many fucking times. I tried to talk
Man.
about this on air, and they ended up. I was a fool. Like I ended up getting hella packages of the red. It
Yeah.
like proved against me. I was like, God damn it! I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But they do it to me every time. Who the fuck wants citrus? You know what? There's people out there. They're like, my favorite's lemon too.
You
I've
know
already
what?
had this conversation.
Right,
I don't
for
want to
sure.
deal with this again. And then I love the snakes. Have you had the twin snakes?
What's that? Well,
So it's
longer
Haribo?
ones, right?
No, they're short. It's
Okay.
So go next time you go and
Yeah.
you try candy. Those are some of my favorite ones of all time
Gotcha.
because half of them are sweet and half of them are sour, and they're connected.
Okay.
It's like the twin
yes,
snakes.
Yes.
Those are
okay,
so fucking
yes,
good.
Those are.
So Haribo anything or Haribo, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
They're fire. I go with that.
Bomb.com.
And
yeah.
then Sour Patch Kids, but they have to be the extreme.
Yeah, I like the tropical. I'm kind of a tropical
Tropical's
flavor.
pretty good,
I
too.
do like the tropical
Yeah,
pina colada. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
All right, one more time, tell everybody where to find you at, how to get a hold of you.
I'm Tizzy Teach, everybody. Thank you guys for listening. You can find me on Instagram at TizzyTeachDF, TIZZY, and Teach DF. Spotify, the same thing. Just look me up, Tizzy Teach. Google me, Tizzy Teach.
Yep.
SoundCloud, wherever you stream, listen to music. If you're into skateboard culture, go ahead and just YouTube Brandon Lomax or Tizzy Teach, whatever works. I've got videos for both, and sit back and enjoy it. Enjoy the vibe.
There you
It's
go.
a vibe.
It's a vibe. You always know how to find me at JODay87. And we out this thing. I'll be back soon. Peace.
Yeah.